How did you start your business? Let me answer that question. 100 Rand. Take a picture, start advertising the same dress suppliers that you guys can use to start your businesses. How did you start your business? Let me answer that question. Good morning guys. Good morning hustlers. Good morning entrepreneurs. Good morning business owners. It's very early in the morning, just after 9. It is just after 9 and I am picking orders. I'm currently running a special. That's why is kangaka. So I'm picking orders and also booking them off on the courier guide system. But I quickly want to answer that question because I just got it right now on my WhatsApp. In as much as I've answered it before, let me just answer it. And the person was asking, how did I start my drop shipping business? The year is 2021, towards the end. I am not employed, got retrenched beginning of the year in January. For obvious reasons, COVID-19 affected the company that I was working for greatly. So I wasn't working the whole of 2021. Business is not doing well, also for obvious reasons. People had not been working for two good years. So I get money basically. So the business wasn't doing that great, and because my business was my only source of income, I really had to find ways to make it work. I don't have money to buy stock. I was still getting a few orders from my existing customers, but the challenge was to buy stock like in bulk, because if you're gonna buy in wholesale, you cannot buy one item. What I did was to draft a message. I decided, you know what, since I still have existing customers who are still interested in buying from me, I cannot continue turning them down. So let me rather send a message to my supplier, say, hey, since I've been buying from you and you guys have been delivering to me using courier companies, is it possible that from now on, if I buy from you, you send to my customers rather and not to me? Even though I knew it was possible, because if they can courier things to me, obviously they could courier to anyone, but I wanted to make sure. I drafted one simple message. I sent it to 3 of my suppliers who are, for some weird reason, all based in Pretoria. I sent 3 suppliers the same message. Hey, is it possible that if I buy from you, you send to my customers and not to me? I didn't know what is dropshipping at that time. I was just trying to find a way, you know, to revive my business. I was trying to find a way to make an income because I didn't have money to buy stock. My 3 suppliers said, yes, we can courier to whoever. Whatever details that you give us, we will courier to that person. And at that time, I was only using Pexi for deliveries. All these 3 suppliers had WhatsApp groups. I was in their groups. So whenever they post something new, whenever they post a product, what I will do is to take the pictures, whatever that I want to sell, I take the pictures, advertise on my Facebook page, on my TikTok account, on my Instagram, and also on my WhatsApp. That is how I started selling without products. That's how I started selling without stock. I would take pictures and start advertising those pictures and add my own price. If my supplier is selling a dress for 100 Rand, I would take a picture of that dress. Instead of me selling it for 100 Rand, I would sell it maybe for 180 or even 200 Rand. Take a picture, start advertising the same dress that my supplier is selling for 100 Rand. I would advertise it for 200 Rand. A customer buys a dress from me for 200 Rand. What I do is I buy the dress from my supplier for 100 Rand and I keep 100 Rand. Customer buys a dress from me, the order to my supplier. Hey, I want this dress, this size, these are the details you will send to, and I pay my supplier their 100 Rand. I get to keep my 100 Rand. that's how I would make money. At first I was anxious because I was used to sending my own orders. I was used to selling products that I have in stock. So now having someone else to handle all of that was a bit nerve-wracking, but I eventually got comfortable because none of my suppliers disappointed me. Whenever I would get an order, whenever I had an order, my customers would receive exactly what they ordered at a time that they expected it. I never had any disappointments with any of my suppliers. Of course, sometimes mistakes happen, that a supplier would send a wrong color or a wrong dress, but as a business person, as someone you must have a skill of handling those things, and also understand that anyone can make mistakes. So you can't really be mad at a supplier. You can express your disappointment, but you have to understand that anyone can make a mistake. 2022-23, I am strictly doing dropshipping. You guys can scroll down on my TikTok account. I hardly had any videos because I was just selling pictures, because I didn't have any stock in hand. I tell you guys that dropshipping or selling pictures is what revived my business. I know you will not understand. Like, I know that people will be like, unamanga. But the minute I started doing that, the minute I started just selling pictures, my business came back to life. My business revived. I started getting more and more orders. At that time, I was selling clothes, but I noticed that it is post-COVID. A lot of people want to start selling and a lot of people do not have money. That's when I started focusing on wholesale. I started introducing bulk buying. So I would sell five bags, 5 glasses, 5 ties, so on and so forth. That's how I ran my business for almost 2 good years, if not full 2 years. I was just selling pictures. Sometimes I would reach out to my supplier and ask for videos, because what I do is I build relationships with my suppliers. Like I build very good relationships with my suppliers, and all 3 of them knew that I sell pictures. They got to a point where they understood that all of my orders that I send to them, they don't come to me, they are going to my customers. So sometimes I would ask for a favor and say, hey, can you please send me a 30 seconds video of this product? Can you please send me a 30 seconds video of you picking my orders? Sometimes to one supplier I would send 10 orders in one day. That's how busy it was. So I would ask those favors from time to time to say, hey, if you get a chance, can you please send me a video of this? Answer that question, how did you start your business with no money? I joined my suppliers' WhatsApp groups. I would take pictures from my suppliers. I would advertise using those pictures on my social media platforms. It is that simple. It is not complicated. That is dropshipping. You sell a product that you do not have in stock. You sell using pictures. How I started my dropshipping business. I didn't know it was dropshipping. I only got to find out along the way that, oh, this is dropshipping. And I am glad that I only got to find out when I had already started, because I then got to understand that dropshipping is not complicated. I do not need a website to start a dropshipping store. I can start a dropshipping store just using my free social media platforms, WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So that is how I started my business with no money. And I would say, start your business. If you don't have money, just find yourself reliable suppliers and start that business. One last thing, I don't know if it would be a good idea, but I will consider sharing some of my suppliers that you guys can use to start your businesses, whether you want to dropship or you want to buy your stock. I will think about it. Let me know in the comment sections if you would love some suppliers, and I'll think about it. Sharing a supplier is pretty much like sharing your recipe. Maybe not, but below and let me know if you would like me to share some local suppliers. Come with us to drop off the parcels at the courier guy locker. We'll see if we can capture some moments for you guys. So we're just waiting for the Uber driver. Our Uber is on its way. Hey, my assistant and I are going to do some duties. Oh my god, drop shipping, not drop shipping. We'll see you guys on the other side. Anilambanga kakhulu.